This week we're going to highlight the price volatility potential associated with the USDA reports that will come out on March 31st. That's prospective plantings and grain stocks reports. We're also going to highlight last week's aggressive purchases of U.S. corn by China, how that impacts the corn export sales total for this year, and we're going to wrap up looking at weather trends in the U.S. and South America. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the corn market. We moved into last week in March here, and there's a lot going on. First and foremost, however, on March 31st, the USDA is going to release two critical reports. The prospective plantings report will be a survey-based report that will give us an estimate of the 2021 acreage of corn, and also that same day, the USDA will release their quarterly grain stocks report. Let's take a look at the price movement for old and new crop corn futures historically on the day those reports are released. What we did with this slide was highlight CK, the blue bar is old crop May corn futures, and the red bar, CZ, is new crop December futures. Now again, this is price movement from the previous day on the day that those reports were released. You can see that there's many years there where there's quite a bit of price volatility. Here's the key message. Price is unpredictable. Look at that. Some years dramatic moves to the upside, some years dramatic moves to the downside. Actually, last year was a bit of an aberration with not much movement at all. But historically, we do see potential for some significant increase or decrease in prices on the day those reports are released. Here's the key message. We strongly encourage you to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to have your positions in place prior to March 31st because the markets may move too quickly for you to establish positions on that day. Let's move forward now and highlight some new export trends for corn. Now last week, those of you who do follow the corn market, of course, noticed that China was aggressively in the corn market. We're going to highlight that in a second. First, we're going to show that even before those sales were made, China had increased their sales, outstanding sales, by 456 million bushels compared to the previous year. And notice that red line, although it's coming down, which means that we're shipping more each week than we sell, it's still a record level. Now, as we highlight here, adding in that 150 million bushels that China purchased last week, that number is even going to be higher in terms of a record unshipped export book. Here's the key message. It certainly looks like the second half of the crop year here, we have the potential for record weekly corn exports. Let's move on now and focus on year-to-date cumulative sales of corn. Now this is the export sales. Again, this first slide does not include those sales to China. 2.382 billion bushels. And we look at the highlight now, that's about 92% of the total USDA forecast of 2.6 billion. However, if we add in another 150 million, that would make the year-to-date sales total about 98% of the USDA forecast. Here's the message. It certainly seems like there's the potential for the USDA to increase its export forecast from where it is today, given those most recent aggressive purchases by China. Let's move on now and focus on weather trends. We're going to start out with weather trends here. Now, last week, the National Weather Service released its updated forecast for the month of April. We're looking here first at the temperature. Notice that the soil temperature should warm up nicely here if this forecast is realized for corn planting. Now we're looking at precip totals. Precip totals, EC means equal chance of above or below normal precipitation for the month of April. A little bit drier further west. And we're wrapping up here with a seasonal drought outlook. You can notice there's no forecast of drought through the end of June for the majority of the Midwest. The exception, however, is in northern plains up in North Dakota, South Dakota, as well as that western corn belt, far western corn belt in parts of Nebraska, Kansas, and so forth, where it does look like drought development is likely. Let's look briefly here at South America. Again, looking at the primary safrinha or second season corn producing states in Brazil. And looking at planting progress now in Mato Grosso is nearing completion here at the end of March. Due to the high domestic corn prices in Brazil, they may stretch that a few days here, but by the end of March, all the corn planting will be completed in Mato Grosso. Wrapping up here, looking at the history of December corn futures, we'll emphasize once again that we're looking at the highest price currently for December corn futures for this time of year since March of 2014. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants. We'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss an upload. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.